Good morning, students. The topic that we are going to discuss in today's date for the business environment includes World Trade Organization, WTO. Listen to me very carefully, students, as this is the important part of the syllabus, may be there in the finals. So, first of all, discuss WTO. What does this mean? It acts as a framework. It acts as a framework for formalizing and negotiating the trade agreements between the nations. Different nations, as the name signifies, it is the World Trade Organization, talking about the world. It is also the settlement body of the members of the World Trade Organization, where WTO agreements are signed by the representatives of the trading nations, the nations who are doing the tradings, and they are approved by their respective placements. Quite easy. Now, the objectives of the same. Number one, it has to be helpful to the members' country in increasing effective demand and helps in achieving full employment. It is the primary motive of the WTO to help the people of the members' nation in improving their living standards. Quite obvious. To encourage trading activities, to provide environmental protection, to provide proper market share to the developing countries. Now, next one is organizational structure of the WTO. In this case, number one is a ministerial conference, general councils. Now, what does the councils comprised of? Council for trade in the goods, then for the services, then for the related aspects of intellectual property rights. The next one in case is committees. Now, what type of committees are there? Trading, environment, trade and development, regional trade agreements, balance of the payments restriction, and then it is all about regarding the committee on budget, finance, and administration. Now, what are the other subsidiary bodies? It is dependent on the goods, services, and general councils. I hope everybody is understanding regarding this as the name signifies what does it all about. Now, moving on to the next slide, it is about the working and functions of WTO. It is helpful in developing and transition economies, specialized help for the exporting, global economic policy making, taking information, giving information about to the public, encouraging developing and economic reforms. Now, what does this have an impact over the world? Number one, promoting international peace. So, international regarding the entire world, it is about promoting the peace. Now, rules for making the life easier, reduce the cost of living. As a result, it will be helpful in raising the standards of the living, provides more choices, achieving full employment. Fundamentally, it has to be undemocratic, labor and human rights, increasing inequality, biasness in favor of rich and powerful countries, undermines the local level of decision making. So, in a way, impact of WTO, that is regarding the World Trade Organization, it has positives, it has negatives. The initial points are regarding the positives, advantages of regarding the impact of WTO, and the later one is the negative side of WTO. What are its impact? Now, what are the consequences? Consequences increased in case of WTO. It increases the exports, policy assistance, settlement of disputes, promotion of competition, sustainable development. I hope you are understanding as the name signifies. What does it mean? Securities, of course, predictability, technical assistance, no export push, price risk on the negative side, increasing inequality, again on the negative side, danger to the service sector is not a good sign, labor and human rights in trouble, prominence to the developed nations, and of course, fundamentally undemocratic. So, once again, there are some positives, there are some negatives, the consequences of the world trade onto the world. Alright, that is it. Enough for the day. Next, we'll discuss it tomorrow. Take care.